Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bradley number 914 surface-mounted double hook and chrome-plated from Bradley. Let's take a closer look at this item. Okay, and here's our product here. Chrome-plated. I wonder what it's chrome-plated over. Yeah, I was going to say, this looks pretty nice. It's made of brass. You can always tell when something's made of brass. Maybe not you can always tell, but you can always tell. In the third, in a third sense, you can always tell when something's made of brass, because the finish is just always very, it's just, there is no replacement for material made of architectural base materials like brass, bronze, even stainless, obviously aluminum as well. But the application of the material is part of going into the selection process of how you will apply the material. Needs to be taken into consideration the base material. So why would you want this to be made of solid brass with this chrome plating? The polished chrome plating is probably just because that's the general color that's wanted, but brass isn't going to rust. Okay, so be mindful of that. That's why that's the case. The screws, however, are probably stainless because they are very marginally magnetic. They're not steel. They're probably stainless with a sort of polished finish on them, would be my guess. If they were brass, they would be thoroughly non-magnetic. Really great looking finish. Okay, let's take some basic dimensional properties. They say that the diameter of the base is 2 3/4. Okay, projects 1.5 and 3.5. So 1.5 is going to be the, we would call this, it's a double hook. We would call it a coat and hat hook. This is going to be a robe and towel, maybe, however you're going to use this. So they've got 1.5 down at the bottom. I'm going to say that that's pretty accurate. Then they've got 3.5 up at the top, and I'd say that that would be reasonably accurate as well. An overall height, so to speak, if we were to gauge that on the camera, I'd say we'd be at about 4 1/4 inch. Okay. Inside to each hook, you can see we're at about 3 1/8, down to about 1 3/8 inches. Okay. The weight, they're not light, about 0.58 pounds, about more, greater than 1/2 pound, reasonable, just a tad greater than 1/2 pound. There is some extended description information listed down below this video, so let's convert to the screen view where we can take a look at the supporting documentation. Okay, so here's the item that we're looking at, a Bradley 914. They say that it's chrome plated. They do indicate down here fabricated of forged or cast brass. I would certainly say that this is a casting. Nickel plated and highly polished chrome finish. And escutcheons, they get some dimensional property here. That's just a generic, that's just copy and pasted from somewhere. Secure tenon plate. No, there's no tenon plate involved here. Let's get to the technical data sheet. That's going to give us accurate information, kind of. Not much to see here, really, unfortunately. This is just a surface-mounted hook, as you can see, the 914. Unfortunately, not a lot to see here. You will be better served, actually, by going to, let's copy the part number, going to the manufacturer's page as seen here, which is the place where you'll be able to review not only all of the Bradley products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the product catalog. And once that opens, you can do a find function on your keyboard for 914. And you're going to find the instances where 914 comes up a number of times, but we'll ultimately get to the hook that we are looking at. Okay. Double hook, exposed fasteners. Unit measures 2 3/4 in diameter, and here's your projection. Nice little cross section here. Okay. let's wrap up this video on camera. So at the end of the day, where you're going to use this item is going to be certainly, anywhere where you are looking for something that is quite durable. Being made of solid brass, this will prove to be quite durable. An area where you have a requirement for the finish to look as architectural as possible. This is solid brass with a chrome plating on it, so it's the real deal. If we were to call this a BHMA number, it would be a 625, made of brass with a polished chrome plating on it. Obviously, any area where you have high moisture because it won't rust, shower enclosures are where you're going to use this. Now, other material that Bradley will sell will be made of Zamac or stainless, all, basically going to rid you of the concern of rust, but none of them are going to give you the finish of solid brass and that corrosion resistance because of the base material. So it's very common to see commercial shower enclosure hardware or residential shower enclosure hardware for that matter, as made of solid brass. And it's because it's wet all the time. This would certainly suffer that sort of application without any trouble whatsoever. The name Bradley is synonymous, in my opinion, as exceptional quality commercial restroom equipment. There are a lot of people who make commercial restroom equipment, and I can say good and bad things about everybody, as anyone can say good and bad things about anything. I will tell you that the good things of Bradley, as far as I'm concerned, is the caliber of their product, in my opinion, is always top of the line. Highest quality build quality, fit and finish, durable. And admittedly, in most instances, you're looking for commercial restroom equipment to be cheap rather than heavy duty. But many instances, the cost is not the concern. It needs to last. It needs to stand up to substantial abuse. And in those applications, you are not looking at the... You've realized that it's the caliber of the product that's specified based on the requirements of the owner that is driving what product is specified. So therefore, you're going to see Bradley specified in those applications where it's airport terminals, okay, sports stadiums, movie theaters, places of high volume public commercial usage. Any questions on the Bradley 914 double hook or any other Bradley product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.